But hey, you never know. He might be super outgoing. I'm thinking he's gonna be shy. What's up, Latania? What's up, girl? How are you? All right. So like I mentioned before, if I miss your guys, I'm not trying to miss your guys' comments. I'm just trying to stay locked in. So if you guys comment something and I miss it, trust me, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to stay focused because I've done it before when I answer the questions and I forget what I'm talking about, right? I can't wait for you to play the game. Oh, shout out to Erotic Games for You. I don't know if you guys saw that video where I posted where it has like it's like a bingo type of game, right? You know, I haven't had a chance to play it yet because I've been doing a lot of things, but here pretty soon I'm gonna get to it. Así me gustan. Squirrel, what's your honest opinion on a 14-year age gap? I'm the older person. You have to take into account what that your person wants. You know, like what happens if you're, you know, older in age and you don't want to have kids and they don't want to have kids. Does that make sense? So that's why I'm saying, like, you have to pay, like, what does he want in life? What do you want? Is he looking to have kids? Like, what is his goals that he's still trying to accomplish? Like, you have to talk about those type of things. Because what if he's like, wants to have a bunch of kids and you're in the time period where you're just like, I don't want any more kids, right? That feeling is not gonna go away. Yolanda, what's up, girl? How are you? So that's why, like, it comes down to, like, age at the end of the day is just a number. But you guys have to talk about what your guys' goals are as a couple, right? Because, like I said, what if he wants kids? What if he wants this? What if he wants that? And you don't want that. Be careful, guys. Change opinions about having kids. Yeah, they're not going to change their opinion about having kids. So that's why I'm saying, like, if that's something they want, then definitely pay attention to that. Also, I know you just sent a message and I forgot to read it. I was like, oh, I'm going to read it. Let me see if I can find it real quick before I start. Mermaid Lady, love your podcast. I think emotional cheating is worse than physical. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for listening to the podcast. And yes, emotional cheating is to me, it's worse than physical cheating because a lot of intention had to happen, or like a lot of things had to happen during the emotional cheating. Talking behind your back, maybe even meeting up, sending each other messages. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things had to happen behind your back. So, but we're going to get into the questions. Again, if I miss your guys' comments, I'm not trying to miss them. They say actions speak louder. This man did everything. He showed up for me, brought me food, surprised me every moment. He could and still moved on like it was nothing. How? Because that's how some guys are. They'll be able to do the most. They'll be able to seem like a perfect person in the beginning. They'll do little things for you. They'll seem like they're the most perfect guy and then switch up on you. Like, it happens. There's no real way to tell. Just be cautious in the beginning of a relationship because they'll switch up. You know, eventually they'll switch up if they're not there for like a long time, right? They can be great for a few months and then all of a sudden they switch up on you and you're like, what the fuck happened? They're over the chase or they're over you or like whatever the case. So that's why, and they were able to move on just fine. And I also did a podcast episode and I talked about it too, that some guy, they'll move on quick, but it might hit them later. Like the breakup, it might hit them later because it takes a little bit longer to hit a guy, like, and to affect them. That's why you'll see like some girls, like they'll be like heartbroken in the beginning. The guy looks like he's completely fine, out partying or whatever the case. But then like a few months down the road, that's when it really hits them. You know, that all like, oh shit, like, this is for real. So it could be a bunch of different things. I would just say slow it down a little bit and just make sure their actions are pretty consistent over time, not just like in the first few months, you know, because like I said before, people will switch up. All right, next question. Do guys ever regret doing wrong? Now, I'm sure some guys do regret doing something that they weren't supposed to, because though regret is not saying, well, some people think it's regret when a guy gets caught cheating or a girl and they're like, oh, I regret doing it. No, you regretted getting caught, because if you wouldn't have got caught, you might have still been doing it. Now, regret is more, say they did step out of the relationship and they felt like shit, they felt horrible. They're like, fuck, I can't believe I did that. Maybe even told you, right? And then it just ended after that, or like maybe they even told you after that. That's regret. Regret is not when you get caught and then now you're like, oh, I regretted everything. No, you didn't. You regret getting caught. You regret not covering up your shadiness the right way. You regret that. That's what you regret. You don't regret getting caught. Because if you wouldn't have got caught, I'm just saying, if you wouldn't have got caught, you probably would have kept doing what you were doing. Like, let's just be 100% honest. So that's why I'm saying, like, take what they say with a grain of salt. Do people regret stuff? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But they didn't regret it if the only reason they got caught was because, or like they regret it is because they got caught. So remember that. Don't let them hit you with the like, oh, I regret everything I did. No, you regret getting caught. That's what you regret. Okay? I don't want to hear it. All right. Next question. I recently started messing with this guy. I used to just touch on his chest and feel his nipples, but now he wants me to be pinching, licking, and sucking on his nips. Is that weird? I mean, compared to some of the stuff that I've seen on here, it's not that bad. You know, it might, because the nips, they're very sensitive to some people. You know what I mean? They're pretty sensitive, so he might like that sensation. He might like the pinching. He might like the biting. There's nothing wrong. Let him be a freak. There's nothing wrong with that. Because he could have been like, slide something in me, right? Like, then that's a weird request, right? Compared to, would you rather pinch nipples than slide something in him? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta know when to fight your battles. So do I think that it's weird? No, everybody likes different things. There's some guys who like the girl to go down there and just suck. I don't want to get suspended. That's why I'm trying to be careful what I say. They go down there and they get a whole mouthful of the eggs, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? And some guys absolutely love that. And there's some guys who do not, like, they don't care for it at all, right? Like me, like, it didn't do anything for me, but there's other people who absolutely love it. Eating the groceries too, absolutely. R says nipples are my weakness. See, like, some guys, there's a lot of sensation there. So do I find that weird? No, that's just being freaky. Like Mermaid Lady says, being freaky is not wrong. Just have fun. Absolutely, just have fun at the end of the day. Now, there are weird requests that, trust me, you think is weird right now. That's not a weird request. Some of this, like the whole snowballing thing, like sliding something in him, the guy likes to dress up in lingerie. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot weirder requests out there. That what he's asking you to do is pretty mild, if you ask me. All right, next question. Why do guys block girls? I was dating a guy and he blocked me on Instagram, but not my number. It seemed he was being serious with me, no argument or anything, and we didn't even meet in person. Now, blocking, there's no one right answer. Golden showers. Yeah, exactly, Bell's Beauty. Golden showers too. Blocking, only they are going to know why they were blocking, because it could be a multitude of reasons. They're trying to hide whatever they're trying to post. Maybe they're posting their girl, another girl, their wife on social media, and they don't want you to see that. They're blocking you to get a reaction from you, you know. So you message and be like, why did you block me? You know, they're being weird. They're playing games with you. And I'm glad you noticed this right away, because we don't got time for games. If they're going to be blocking you and doing shit like that, next. Thank you for showing me that you like to play games. Next, right? Because if he blocked you on Instagram, there was a reason behind it. It wasn't an accident. Because to block, you actually have to go to like their profile. Like you have to click on some buttons. It's not like you accidentally hit something. No, you intentionally went in there and you blocked them for a reason. Now, are they going to be honest on the reason? Probably not, right? I'm leaning more towards that he's hiding something from you. That's what I get from that message, that he's hiding something from you, and so he blocked you so you didn't see it. That's what I think happened. So, virtual beard hugs, absolutely. G-Man, what's up, bro? All right, let me see. Next question. When it comes to dating, does a man that comes from a pack of 10 buddies think it's a weakness if his girl only has like 2 friends? I'm picky about who I let have my access. What? Hold on. When it comes to dating, does a man that comes from a pack of 10 buddies think it's a weakness if his girl only has like 2 friends? I'm picky. I mean, I think you're overthinking this one a little bit, because to be honest, out of those 10 friends, probably only 2 of them are loyal or like actual friends. Because trust me, I've been in that situation where you think you have a lot of friends, and a lot of these dudes be using you. They be like, they have other intentions, you know, they shady behind your back. Trust me, I've been there. And having only 2 friends, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. You know, some people are very, like me now, I'm very careful of who I let around me, because I've experienced that where there's a bunch of shady people who say that they're your friends, you know, and they end up doing some shady shit around you. Hey, I'm proud of my 2 friends. See, there's nothing wrong with that. With having a limited, like, to me, I probably have like a handful of actual friends now, like friends, a handful. The rest of them are just like acquaintances, people I know. But actual friends, you know, I used to say I had a shit ton of friends, and trust me, like they just, some of them, their intentions, like the ones that I do have around me, I know are not shady. I know I could trust them with a lot. When you have more, now you're letting a lot more shadiness into your life. So I actually think that's better that you do have less friends, because you just don't make friends with just anybody, you know, let just anybody into your life. So there's nothing wrong with that. And if he sees something wrong with that, then that's his problem. But I think we may be overthinking that he has a bunch of friends and then you only have 2 friends. I'm pretty sure he's not worried about that, unless he's trying to see what other options he has available. Then you see, like, that might be a problem. All right, next question. Where's it at? I just want to compliment you because you never rage bait, clickbait, and always deliver stellar content. I wish I had someone like you for advice and honest, fun time, not always schmexy. Hey, well, I thank you. I appreciate you, because we like to have fun and we like to be real over here, right? Because I can sit here and like rage. There's those people who make videos online right now who rage bait you. They'll say something outlandish just to get you to watch their video, just to get you to follow them or whatever, just to get you to react. We're over here, like, the reason I really love the people who follow me is because we're in the same page. It's mainly like millennial, like it's like 28 to all the way like 45, 50, which I absolutely love, because like I am not trying to deal with little kids who just jump in here and just say a bunch of BS. And I'm not trying to do that also either to get you guys to, oh, like, let me watch this video. Let me say how, because there's some guys who say some like crazy shit, like a high value man should be able to cheat on his woman because, you know, and then now you're like, what the fuck? That's rage baiting. We don't do that over here. So I want to provide nothing but value for you guys. And that's why you guys keep coming back and partake in the lives too. So I appreciate you for that. All right. I had some Facebook Facebook set me up as we was doing the nasty. Someone knocked on the door and said it was 2 friends. Should he let them in? I was nervous, but said, F it. Yeah, it ain't for me. Love to hear them moan though. Such a turn on. Whoa, miss. Hey, kind of sounds like you had a good time. Because she said she was in a 4 people, right? And she was doing the nasty, someone knocked on the door and it was two friends. And so should he let him? I mean, do your thing, girl. If you want to have fun, if you want to include that many people, then go for it. Y'all four had a great time. And there's nothing wrong. Like if that happened one time, cool, go for it. And you said that it's not for you, and you found out that it's definitely not for you. But after that, you should, truth, I would be so worried about STD. Like that's another thing to be worried about, because now you're not just worried about one person. You have to, worried about two other people and where they've slid it in. How many times have they done this? Because it could have been a setup too. I'm just saying. It could have been set up like this is what they normally do. One guy tries to get the girl, and then they're like, oh, let's just include my two buddies. I personally would not include two other guys like that. That's just me. Like if it's like a group of girls, but guys, yeah, no, I'm not trying to sword fight. We not here to ick your yum. Absolutely. Like if you wanted to have fun, then have fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would definitely not be with three guys and one girl. Yeah, not for me, dog. But hey, if you did it and you enjoyed it, more power to you. Shit. Don't let us ruin your fun. You have fun. Just be safe out there, girl. All right, next question. I need help. I've only been with one guy my whole life. I'm currently 33. There's a guy that I've been talking to, but I'm scared to go all the way. He's been very patient and kind, but I'm very nervous. What can I do to get there with him? I would just say, just stop overthinking it. I feel like if you overthink it too much, something bad is gonna happen, or maybe something little, like a little thing you're gonna get embarrassed by, right? There's no perfect way to go into it. Just whatever you feel like doing, do it. Like if you feel like going down, do it. If you want him, tell him, right? Just go and have a great time. Everything should just feel natural. It should feel like a great experience. Overthinking it probably is going to cause something to happen, something embarrassing to happen, because you're overthinking it too much, right? Because at the end of the day, intimacy is intimacy. Just go in and have fun. Whatever you feel like doing, that's it. And whenever you're comfortable doing it, then, and then just be open. Another thing is just be open to do different things. Maybe things that you didn't do with your ex, right? Maybe if he was only like a one position type of person, maybe try some different positions, right? So just different things like that. But the worst thing I think you could do is just go into it overthinking it, that you need to perform a certain way. And so now you're just like, oh, like, what do I do? Like, am I supposed to do something? Like, if he does this, am I supposed to? No, just go in and have a great experience. That's all you got to do. Okay. Glow, what's up, girl? Giggles all day. What's up, girl? How are you? All right. Next question. I think I'm doing things very wrong. I have a situationship and thinks it's all about his D. I want yes, but I'd rather have him as my man. What can I do to make him understand that? I know he'd rather F me. He liked my booty too much. By the way, I'm a widow and haven't really experienced dating at all. Well, to me, it kind of just sounds, to me, it sounds like he's there just to get the cookie. Because if, like, you're clearly having issues with him, like saying that he thinks it's all about the D. That's a clear indicator that I'm only here to slide this thing in you. It's basically what I heard from that message. And it sounds like you want something more from him, because you're like, oh, he likes my booty too much. He likes the cookie, girl. He likes the cookie. So of course he's gonna be like, oh, I love your booty, because he wants to continue to get your cookie. So if you're looking for a serious relationship, this guy might not be it, because to me, based off the question that you sent, it sounds like all he's looking for is for a good time. And if you're looking for a relationship, it doesn't sound like he's gonna give you a good time, or like a relationship, just a good time. So And this is how people get stuck in situationships is that you're hoping that something develops out of this. And sometimes it might be a little too late too, because you said that I think I'm doing this all wrong. No, maybe you shouldn't have gave it up to him until you guys were official. Maybe that too. That could have been a way. But if you're stuck in a situationship, it's going to be very difficult to get out of the situationship, especially with him thinking it's all about the D. He's basically saying that it's all about, like, this is why I'm here. That's basically what he's saying. This is why I'm here, is the cookie. And if he doesn't want to give you a serious relationship, then guess what? Might be time to keep it pushing, you know, because why would you want to stay with somebody who doesn't want to be in a serious relationship with you? There's somebody out there who wants to be in a serious relationship with you, but just you haven't found him because you're still messing around with this situationship guy. So might be time to move on, girl. All right, next question. How do I tell my sneaky link that I would love it if he was more aggressive? I love when he controls my head during the BJ, but he doesn't always do it. Shit. You do it yourself, girl. Grab your head and but just maybe bringing it up, you know, like while you're doing it, you could just be like, push my head down or something. Or even talk to him afterwards, be like, hey, like, can you be a little bit more aggressive with me? Like, I really love it when you're aggressive. Because if you just wait for him to do it and he doesn't really do it, he's not gonna change the way you want him to be because you never told him anything. We need to learn how to like tell your person, hey, can we do this more? Or hey, can you do this more? Especially early on when a guy is trying to get to know you, trying to get to court you. Trust me, they'll do whatever you tell them, you know. They'll be on their best behavior. If you're like, hey, I want you to do this, they'll be like, yes, ma'am, I'll definitely do that. Because they don't want to lose you. They want to continue to keep you there. Or if they're trying to make you fall for them, you know, they'll make it happen. And so that's why I'm saying that you just need to communicate with him that you want him to be more aggressive with you. Just be like, yo, dude, fuck me up. Tell him while you're doing it, that you love it when he pushes your head down and he will do it. Exactly. You know, do it while you can basically tell him, hey, gag me or something like that. Right. Just tell him while you're being intimate. And if you don't want to tell him while you're being intimate, you know, or, you know, tell him to give you a hand necklace, tell him to pin you up against the wall, tell him to do something. And then maybe he'll catch on too. But also maybe tell him afterwards too. Be like, hey, I love the way you do this, this, and this. You think you can be a little bit more aggressive next time, like actually like fuck me up or something like that, right? There's nothing wrong with communicating your needs, because there's guys who communicate their needs, be like, hey, can like we slide it in the whispering eye? You know, the guys ask all the time. Guys ask to include another girl. Guys ask for you to do certain things to them. So don't be afraid to also ask them to do something, because that's nothing crazy. You know, like you're not asking him to do something crazy weird that's going to make him feel uncomfortable. You're just asking him to be a little bit more aggressive. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. Next question. Why sisters get jealous over the bro girlfriend is annoying. Every guy I'm with, we broke up because of family. I mean, that one's difficult because I don't know what's going on in the relationships, you know, because maybe they are extremely jealous, but like my little sister's never been jealous, you know, so she's never been like, oh, you can't be with her, you know, you can't do this. So maybe something deeper is going on, or maybe I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying anything like that, but how are you coming off to the sisters too? You know, because the problem may not be the guys. Sometimes, you know, we got to look in the mirror and the problem might be ourselves, right? Because exactly, D, she says that every guy that she's been with, like all the families, the common denominator here, if you ask me, and you did, is you. So like, how is your relationship with the sisters? Are you coming off mean? Are you coming off like, do you give them RBF? Like, Are you being disrespectful to the guy? Because sometimes maybe the sister sees you being disrespectful to them and they don't appreciate that. They don't like that. Like what if you're talking down to them in public and they didn't like that? It could be a bunch of different things, but sometimes we have to look in the mirror, because you said that every guy you date, it's always been family issues. How are you with their family? Ask yourself that. And you can't say, oh, I'm perfect. Nah, because none of us are perfect. Because maybe, how there's also those people, say you do have a brother, right? And he brings a girl around and the girl doesn't like to talk to none of the family. They act like they don't exist. Of course, the family's going to act a type of way towards them, because they're like, she can't even say hi, like doesn't even look at us, doesn't even talk to us. Are we invisible or something? So a lot of things can go into account here. So that's what I'm saying. You told me that almost every guy you're with, you usually break up because of family. All I'm saying is, like, let's look in the mirror a little bit and let's critique ourselves a little bit too, okay? Because I'm not perfect. People aren't perfect. We have our flaws. We have our issues. But the worst thing that you could do is say you're perfect and assume it's the sister's fault, not your fault, right? Because based off that question, that's what I'm getting. All right, next question. Rose, what's up, girl? I have this weird line on TikTok. It's weird. Hold on, before I keep going. People on TikTok, is there a weird line like right here? Or is that just my chat box? Let me know. Is there a weird line? Because on Instagram, I don't have it. But on TikTok, there's a weird line on my screen. I just want to make sure it's not on your guys' screen. Hold on, give me... No. All right, cool, perfect. Your chat... That's what I figured it was, but it looks really weird. Like, I haven't seen that, but there's like a weird line. So as long as you guys don't have a line, that's all that matters. As long as it's on my screen. All right, next question. Boyfriend, baby daddy of 10 years has only wanted to have S when he's drunk or drinking in the last 4 years. Not enjoyable by any means either. I have a high S drive. I'm always trying to spice it up, but I can't do sloppy and need a man's opinion. What the fuck do I do, girl? Who gonna tell her? Who gonna tell her? I think your man has a problem. I think your man might be addicted to something, because having to get to that point, like, does he drink on the other days that you guys aren't intimate? Like, is it just like when you guys are intimate? Because to me, it kind of sounds like he got a problem. Because if he has to get pretty wasted in order to hook up with you, seems like a problem to me. I'm just saying. That's something that you need to... I mean, you can't really say anything, because if they think that they don't have a problem, they're going to be like, there's nothing wrong with me. I just like to get I get a little freakier when I have a few drinks. And I mean, you can tell them, be like, yeah, when you have a couple drinks, not when you get fucking wasted and it's just sloppy and shit all over the place. So, I mean, that one is difficult to answer, because I don't know if it's like a everyday sloppy type of situation, or if it's just when you guys are intimate, like maybe there's something deeper going on, because that's just weird. Having to get pretty fucked up in order to be intimate, to me, it seems like there's something deeper is going on. Like, why can't he do it sober? Right? That's already like a, not necessarily a red flag, or kind of, yeah, but I feel like there's something else. Maybe some deeper trauma, because he needs to get to a certain point in order to do something. Because maybe, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's true or this is what happened. Maybe something happened when he was younger, and like now, in order to numb that, he likes to get drunk. So maybe those memories don't pop up. Again, I don't know. Could be a lot of things. But the biggest thing that you could do is, I mean, tell him and see what he says. Like, how come we can never do it sober? Maybe ask him that too. Why can't we never do it sober? And see where it goes. Because to me, it kind of sounds like you're to the point where you got to ask him an uncomfortable question. Because you can't tell them, oh, go get therapy, you're addicted, because then that might lead to another problem. It's like, oh, what do you mean I'm addicted to alcohol? So that one is a little bit more difficult, but to me, I think there's a problem, because having to get drunk in order to do something, something deeper is going on. All right. Younger married ex-coworker and I have a thing. Only physical 2 times, primarily texting and calling. Time doesn't work with me having kids and both of us work. Now says he loves me only with his wife for papers. I know it's probably BS, but part of me just wonders how true. Girl, you already answered your question. He's not there for pay. He's giving you an excuse to why he's still there. She probably doesn't even know that he's doing this stuff on the side, right? Has a side piece or anything like that. He's gonna make the excuse like, oh, I'm just there for the kids. I'm just there because I need a little bit of time. The papers. No, girl. If you see how he's using her, imagine how he's gonna use you. Think about that. His wife, he's using her for papers. How do you think he's going to use you if you guys happen to get together? Because if he's able to do this to his wife, what do you think he's going to do to the side piece? What do you think is going to happen if he makes the side piece the main piece, right? And that's already an excuse in its own, okay? I get it. There's some people who, they got papers and stuff like that, but is that true? I don't know. I don't know the dude. But that's a horrible excuse to be with somebody. Oh, like, I'm gonna be with him, but they're only together for papers. If I ever met a girl and she told me, oh, like, we're still married, but we have to be married for a little while because for papers, I'd be like, well, fuck, stay with him. Like, I'm not gonna be dealing with that BS. Like, imagine somebody finding out that you're dating this girl, they're still together, married, but they're trying to work out their paper situation, but you guys are over here. Now they look bad. I look weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a whole mess. I'm not bringing no toxicity, no weird vibes to a relationship. I don't want it from the other person. Okay? At the end of the day, it's not worth it. I've been in a similar situation before. It's not worth it. You know, don't be the side chick, girl. That's what I'm saying. Don't be the side chick, because you will be labeled the side chick. It doesn't matter if they're just there for the papers. You know, you're gonna get labeled the side chick, and you're gonna be the bad guy. They're gonna paint you as the bad person, home wrecker, right? They're gonna say all that stuff about you. So, I would just say avoid that situation, especially if they're still together. Wouldn't you want to be with somebody who can spend time with you? There's no strings attached, like that shit, you know? Like, why wouldn't you want to spend that type of time with somebody but you're wasting it with homie who's married for the papers? Most of them use lame ass excuses. I doubt that there's guys who keep it 100 and some claim but don't. Yeah, and that's what I figured too, that I think that's just an excuse. That's why he's still there. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Usually the girl who leaves the relationship when it's over. You know, it takes the girl to leave a relationship for the guy to finally be over it or finally leave. Because most of the time, say the guy cheats, he tries to work it out, tries to win her back, tries to get married, tries to put her in a baby. Yeah, you've seen it. We've all seen it, right? They fuck up doing something and they try to like make it work. And it's not until the girl's like finally like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm out. I don't want to do with this. And then they leave. And then guess what? They're like, oh, well, guess I'm single now. So, yeah, definitely move on, girl. All right, next question. I'm ready to say bye to my sneaky link, pero me cuesta mucho. We need to move on. 2 years de ser nada. Advice. See, and this is why I've said it before that sneaky links shouldn't last that long. And especially if you start developing feelings for him. Because if he's there just to hook up and you're there just to hook up and then you start developing feelings, he's going to be like, fuck, like, I'm not planning on being with her. I still want the cookie, and then you're hopeful that it's going to turn into a relationship when it's probably not going to turn into a relationship. You know what I mean? So that's why sneaky links and friends with benefits get kind of weird sometimes. And that's why I mentioned before that they shouldn't last that long. It should be, you're already 2 years in. That's already a little too long. Because naturally you start, when you start exchanging energies like that, being intimate, yeah, you might start developing some sort of feeling, some connection, right? That makes you not want to leave. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't last that long. You have some needs, get what you need, and then dip out. The best thing you could do is go to naughtyscience.com and get yourself a toy. And because trust me, the toy will satisfy you, won't cheat on you, won't disappoint you, and will get you to that O every time. Just saying. And you don't have to deal with feelings. So like CMD says, ghost him. Yeah, be strong. Christina, my bad. Just ghost them. I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do. But because if you try to talk to them, sometimes they'll tell you, oh no, like we're doing something, like this is leading somewhere. They'll feed you some BS. They'll breadcrumb you a little bit so you continue to stick around. And that's the worst thing you can do, is let somebody breadcrumb you. What's the website again? I'll actually put it on here for you. It's actually naughtyscience.com. Link is in the bio if you guys want to check it out. If there's a bunch of toys on there, a lot of tools. That's what I call them, because I'm not trying to get suspended. A lot of tools, so you can experiment by yourself or with your partner. Maybe she's afraid of being alone. True. There's a lot of people who actually are very afraid to be alone, and so they stay in shitty situations just because they don't want to be alone. They'll stay in toxic relationships. They'll stay in situationships. They'll stay in horrible marriages because they're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid to be alone. They're afraid that they think they're gonna be alone forever. No, like, I would rather be alone than with a horrible person. That's just me. Like, a relationship that is not working out, I'd rather be alone. Leave me alone. All right. Let me go to the next one. Oh, this one. Can you help me with things to try while giving oral on a guy? Tried Pop Rocks, ice cream. Need more to make it interesting. Shit, girl. I would just say, have him pick you up and then like hold you like while you're going down. Numbing spray for the throat, and then see what wonders you can do. When they slide it in your mouth, your head at the end of the bed, stuff like that. Maybe handcuff them, right? There's a bunch of different things that you can do. But at the end of the day, like, it's the same motion, it's the same thing, just the situation might change, so change that, right? If he's never been tied up, then tie up his arms. You never know. If he's never been blindfolded, blindfold him. And then just do your thing. Maybe that will bring a whole nother level of sensation. So Listerine strips, absolutely, Christina. Coming from a man, woman should just ask what we like and don't stop. Absolutely. There's a lot of things you can do. Who needs numbing spray? Some people actually do need it. The hardest thing is just to make a decision after you start enjoying yourself and enjoy your time alone. You'll be fine. Absolutely. Absolutely. But as in the going down part, just different positions, different experiences, different maybe lubes, different, do it in the car. I don't know, like on his way to work or something, like on the way to dinner, switch it up a little bit. Because there's only so much you can do in that realm, right? There's not like a new technique that's going to come out and you're just going to be like, oh, I think it would just be based on the situation. Like, don't tell them, hey, Friday night, 8 p.m., I'm going to tie you up and I'm going to give you, I'm going to just do it. Just be like, hey, lay back. Let me try something. And then just go for it, right? He said, I love you for the first time once. What? He said, I love you for the first time once, maybe twice. It's been 5 days. Will he say it again? I mean, maybe. There's a lot of, I need a lot more context behind that because I don't know the dude. I don't know how he feels inside. Did he say it when he was drunk? Did he say it while he was sober? Right? Maybe he said it and been dating 5 months. Again, everybody is different. Everybody is different. I don't think you should be worrying about if he's going to say it again because anybody can say anything, right? I don't even know you, mama, baby doll. I can say I love you right now. I can say it too. But are my actions showing you that I actually feel that way? That's what you need to pay attention is like, is he making you feel like he loves you? Pay attention to that, not what he says. Because if he says, I love you, but his actions are saying like, well, he doesn't really call me. We hardly ever see each other. We fight all the time. You know what I mean? Like, is his actions matching that? Because anybody can say that. I'm sure you've all heard, I'm going to treat you like a queen. This. Is he actually doing it though? Because anybody can say anything. That's why people are like, some guys are all talk. Yeah, some guys are all talk. So pay attention to that, not if he's going to tell you I love you again. Good point. He is. See, well, there you go. Like if you feel like he's in love with you, then he's making you feel that. His actions are showing you that. So he might, actions need to match his words. Pay attention. Absolutely. Words are just words. Now actions are 100 exactly actions. And that's what I always tell people to pay attention to. And a lot of people don't listen to me. And then they fall for their BS words. Because I forgot when I did it. I told somebody to pay attention to the guy's actions and not what he was saying. And then later she came in and saying like, I should have listened to you when you said pay attention to his actions because he kept saying this one thing, but his actions were showing me another thing. Come to find out, he ended up ghosting me. I was like, girl, like, did I have to hit you over the face with it? Like, come on. Actions speak louder than words. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. All right. Next question. Why do guys flirt but not ask for a date? Now, this could be a bunch of different reasons too. It could be that he has a girlfriend, he has a wife, so technically he would get in trouble if his wife or girlfriend found out that he was cheating, and but he can't ask you on a date. Or he maybe not very confident. A lot of guys fear rejection. They're afraid to get told no. So it could also be that he could be bored and flirting with you is just entertainment. Like say you guys work together and since you guys are at work, maybe he's bored. So he like flirts with you a little bit to entertain himself, right? Because girls do it too. Girls do it too. So attention, not free entertainment. That's what I'm saying. I would just say that either you can make a move, because if you know he's single, maybe he's a little bit on the shy side, or maybe, it's kind of weird. A guy would flirt but not ask out. There's something going on. I'm thinking more that he's bored, to be 100% honest. Like that's my initial thing that I thought of, that he was bored. And so, well, it depends on the situation too, because if you guys work together and he's bored, so he just flirts with you, right? What about long distance? Say like that one's hard too, because he could be bored in his relationship and he's like just talking to other girls that don't live here, because I'm pretty sure he's like, you don't know any of my girl's friends or my girl, so I can flirt with you. I can say stuff to you. So they could also be bored. If they're sitting there just flirting and messaging and no real actions to come see you or for you to come see them, just bored. When flirting with you, you might become intimidating. True too, like they might be intimidated too. Again, that's why I need more context behind that. There's no one right answer, But that's why we give you like a general idea of what could be happening, because it could be any of them. We could even be completely wrong too at the same time. But we're just giving you like typical common things that why they act like that. So, all right, next question. Got ghosted by some guy twice. Now I'm more pissed off. Like, what the fuck? Makes me super self-conscious now. Why do people ghost? Girl, that's why you shouldn't listen to the first time, his excuse the first time. Because getting ghosted once, you're just like, fuck, this sucks, whatever. But getting ghosted twice, girl, like, his excuse better have been so fucking amazing. So amazing that I would have fell for it. And I'm not even in your guys' relationship. I'd be like, oh, damn, that's a solid excuse. He came with paperwork. He came with doctor notes. He came with everything. But if somebody ghosts you, what makes you think they're not going to do it again? They ghosted you for a reason. It wasn't just because for nothing. They chose to ghost you. Again, I mentioned it before. These are all choices we make. They chose to neglect you. They chose to cheat on you. They chose not to message you back. They chose to block you. They chose to ghost you. They chose. We make the decision. If someone messages me right now, I'm like, no. Right? Or I can be like, see the message and be like, okay, yeah, right? Like we make that decision. So remember that when somebody ghosts you, they made the decision to ghost you, to not message you, to just leave you, like, not even give you an explanation of what happened, and then have the nerve to come back, and you took him back. You accepted his apology or whatever he told you. Now that second time, that one's on you, girl. That one's on you. And if it happens a third time, girl, just stop dating for a while. Just stop. It becomes a pattern and it shows how much he cares. Absolutely. Don't even bother anymore. No. Yeah, if somebody were to ghost me, it's funny because I get asked that. And have I ever gotten cheated on? I've never gotten cheated on that I know of. I always say that I know of. Because it could have been happening and they were just good enough to where I didn't catch them, right? And ghosted, I don't think I've ever been ghosted. Again, I'm super honest and transparent with you guys. Ghosted? No. Have I been rejected? Like, yeah, absolutely, all the fucking time. But you eventually get a yes. But ghosted, I've ghosted a lot. You know, I'm not proud of it. I'm not trying to like glorify it or anything. We don't do that anymore, right? We have conversations. We talk. You let them know if you're not interested. But so I don't know how that feels. But if somebody were to ghost me, I already know right now. That's it. I don't give a fuck what kind of excuse you come back with. No, like I mentioned before, you chose to ghost me. You made that decision, not somebody else. You. So just remember that next time somebody ghosts you, they made that decision. Or if they just like cancel on you or whatever, ignore you, took 4 days to message you back. Remember, everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. We choose. People who neglect their partner, they're choosing, instead of choosing to talk with their partner, getting to know their partner, fixing the issue with their partner, they're choosing to neglect the whole situation. They're choosing to neglect you. So that's why I'm trying to, I emphasize that. You chose to ghost. Why did you ghost that persons? Well, it's very common with guys because, and even girls too, but we just don't want to have that awkward conversation because it's so much easier to just stop messaging you, not have to explain our feelings or that we're not interested, that we're not interested in you because we feel like that's uncomfortable or like we might hurt your feelings or a multitude of things. It's so much easier just to not talk about it, just cut you off completely, it's so much easier to do that. So, because I mentioned it too before, shout out to the longtime followers. I used to ghost people, right? When I wasn't interested, just ghost them. But I remember I was talking to this one girl. She was super into me. I thought I was into her, but not really, right? I was like, I'm not really feeling that connection. I'm not really feeling that vibe, right? And you guys know what I'm talking about, like when you're not feeling the connection with somebody, and you think that, like maybe it's like temporary. Maybe I'll start liking her, because don't get me wrong, she was a great looking woman. If people were, they'd be like, damn, like there was just no connection. You know what I mean? Like there was no connection there. And so instead of just ghosting or dragging her along, I actually had a conversation with her. Did I want to have that conversation? Fuck no. But that conversation, I know, well, she told me she really appreciated me telling her instead of just ghosting her or dragging her along. I basically told her straight up. I was like, hey, I'm not really feeling a connection with you. Like, you're a very beautiful person. Like, you're an amazing, like, you do this and that. Like, I'm sure, like, you're going to find somebody amazing. I was like, I just don't feel that connection with you. It'd be selfish of me to drag you along. And I just don't want to drag you along to see if anything, like, any feelings develop on my side. Like, that's wrong of me. Because what if no feelings develop, and now later on I'm like, all right, I'm done. She's already like more into the relationship than I am, and then it's gonna hit her harder. So I would rather just be honest. And she was like, she just basically said, thank you for being honest with me. Thank you for not ghosting me, or just, dragging me along. And I felt better afterwards. In the moment, did I want to have that conversation? Fuck no. I was like, fuck. I was like, it's like, why do I have to have this conversation? It's so much easier if I just ghost somebody right now, if I just don't message them. But I had an adult conversation, right? And this is how we grow. We have those conversations we don't want to fucking have. Because now, if that were to happen, I would probably be more open to have that conversation. It wouldn't feel as weird. Because when you first have those conversations, you don't want to have them. You're just like... Because I never had that type of conversation with somebody. That was the first time. And trust me, I didn't want to have that one. Like, there was another time where I had gone on a date. It was a few dates with this one girl. And her and I, we weren't connecting either. Again, it happens when you don't connect with somebody. And we basically told each other, we're like, hey, like, there's really nothing there. Like, there's no connection, no spark, we should just do our own thing. And I was like, absolutely. And like, because I didn't feel it either. She didn't feel it either. And so I was like, all right, cool. Like, and we both went separate ways. No harm, no foul. This other one, I had been talking to this person a lot longer. Not a lot longer, but longer. And, that's why I'm saying, like, it was difficult having that conversation, because she was super into the relationship. Or not, it wasn't even a relationship. She was super into me. It just wasn't the other way around. Like, and I just had to be honest, because I was like, I don't feel it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not excited to see you. And like, I'm kind of like, when I do see you, I'm like over it, right? And we haven't even done anything. Like, we just been hanging out, and I'm just like, I'm over this. What time is she leaving? So that's why, like, you just gotta have those conversations, even if they fucking suck. Because trust me, my heart was beating through my chest at that moment. I was like, I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm just going to lie to her and say, there's nothing wrong. But then I was straight up. And then afterwards, I felt great. I felt not great. It did suck, because obviously, like, you're ending a situation. But I felt great that I had the conversation. So that's why, if you guys can have a conversation with somebody about something you don't want to talk about, do it. But that's another reason why people ghost. I know that's a long answer to the question, but... that's another reason why people ghost, because they don't want to go through that. Like, so many times in my head just popped up, just stop messaging her. Don't respond, just because I didn't want to have that conversation. Because in my head, I was like nervous to hurt her feelings, and then also afraid that she was going to get super pissed off at me. She was going to be like, I can't believe you fucking dragged me along this whole time, that you knew it, that you're so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want that either too. So trust me, a lot of shit was going through my head at the time. All right, we're gonna do one more question. Got drunk at the ship's house on Christmas, and when I say I was soaked just thinking about that I actually salivating and just playing with the spit in my mouth until it was go time. Girl, to me it kind of sounds. See, and the people who love to go down on men need to be protected at all costs. Okay, they need to be protected at all costs because if it turns you on going down, shit is hot, right? Because I love also visiting downstairs and enjoying myself, because enjoying doing that is making you feel great. It turns me on. Like that's a huge, like, there's guys like that love to do that to you because it turns you on. It makes you feel good, which in return turns your boy on, right? Just those body movements, those twitches, the moanings. I'm like, hell yeah, this tongue right here is making that shit happen, right? So trust me, I get it when it's a huge turn on. And for the ladies too who get turned on by it, they must be protected at all costs, okay? I mentioned this before too, like if we were on the Titanic and I found out you were one of them that that enjoyed that, I would throw you on the boat first. The safety boats, the rescue boats, you would be on there. And the ones that didn't love to do it, you gotta wait for the next boat. You gotta wait for the other ones, because because whoever is on the receiving end, meaning like whoever's gonna find these boats, are gonna thank me. They're gonna be like, you know what? That man deserves a medal. That medal of honor right there, because he saved the real ones. All right, well, I'll do one more. So the man reverse catfished me, as I saw the goods before, but it was way bigger in real life. I didn't want to be a little bitch, but I did hesitate a little because I didn't know what to do with that tree trunk. We good now, but wild first experience. Oh, I was a little confused here, girl, because I was like, wait, how do you get reverse catfished here? I mean, some people don't know about angles. And I'm glad you got reverse catfished instead of defished. You know, because imagine like you're thinking you're getting this and you show up and you're getting this, right? So instead you thought you were getting this and you showed up and you were like, you're like, I wasn't prepared for all of that. We might need to take a little break in between. So, I mean, that's good that's happened. You know, it's better to get reversed, the way she said it, reverse catfish than catfished. So I'm glad it was that area too. Because imagine if you saw a picture and he was bald, but then in person he has hair. What if that shit's a toupee? You know what I mean? Like a toupee, fake hair. Because I would start questioning that. Be like, whoa, hold on. On the photo that I saw, you're balding. You have a full set of hair. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what is going on here? Is this the right person? So hey, as long as it was a great experience, that's all that matters. You're like, we good now, so that's all that matters. You're good. Everything's great. Nobody got injured. Nobody got disappointed. Yeah, and you know, instead you got surprised by something a little bit more than you thought you were gonna get. LOL, size doesn't matter. It's how they use it. That's true too. It's about how they use it, but what if they suck at using it? You know, how are you? What's up, loves? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? I am doing great. Blessings, LOL. But all right, anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining. Thursday, I still got a bunch of questions. Trust me. Thursday, we're gonna go live again, and we're gonna answer some more questions. Also, if you guys want to submit questions, once a month I put on my Instagram stories the little anonymous link. You guys can ask questions. You see them here. And also, if you missed the beginning of this live, it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow, so definitely check it out over there. If you haven't listened to today's podcast episode, definitely go check it out. Link is in the bio. It's about emotional cheating, physical cheating, and also why some people try to downplay emotional cheating. And I actually got some messages saying that they had no idea they were actually getting cheated on. Meaning, it's because some people think that emotional cheating is not cheating, or they confuse what emotional cheating is. But on this podcast, I explain the different emotional cheating things. So it's a great episode because that's where it starts. Let's remember that cheating starts somewhere. You know, it can start with the emotional cheating part, because then that can lead to a physical type of cheating. So if you haven't listened to it, definitely go listen to it. The link is in my bio. Uncomfortable Convos. Trust me, we have a lot of great episodes over there, right there. Uncomfortable Convos. Make sure you guys go check it out. And Thursday, we're going to be going live again, answering some more questions at 7 p.m. It is currently 8:08 here, so adjust your time accordingly. Tell your man you're going to be hanging out with me. I'm the new Sanch, okay? I'm the new side piece. Well, online side piece. But anyways, I will see you guys on Thursday, and I'll see you guys later. Se la lavan, because like I said before, I can smell it from over here, and it stinks.